this year. Expectations are going down on Lemon. I'm hoping he just has somewhat of a productive year, and Jalen and him can be on the same page. But we'll find out what that looks like this year. It's going to be interesting to see with the Lemon stuff, John.
Yeah, hasn't been a great start, but it's not the end of the world. It's not. I think everybody gets so hyper focused on week one. It's not a big deal. I've been saying since early on, yeah, they want him on the field as long as. And now, by the way, I'm starting to think maybe Dontavian Wicks, that's the positive part, can handle the wide receiver two role. And if that's the case, you don't even need him to play more than being the wide receiver three by week 8. That was my sort of demarcation line. If he's not playing more by Wicks at that point, you probably worry a little bit. But now I'm not even sure that's a problem because Wicks looks pretty good.
Well, we'll see. I mean, how much they're obviously not as good this year, but it is gonna be interesting to see if the offense can get better. With technically lesser talent, John. I think that's the tough thing that I'm having trouble with is that for Eagle fans, and I'm not trying to criticize any of you guys, but it seems as though you guys have talked yourself into worse talent, better results. That isn't typically how it goes in the NFL. I do think there are instances where the collective can get better or the team can get better, despite players changing. But I don't know, John. This has not been a great, prolific offense the last few years, certainly in the passing game. And now everybody has these expectations that Dontavian Wicks, Mekhi Lemon, Elijah Moore, and Darius Cooper are going to be a part of a much improved passing game. I don't know. It just feels like a hard.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case. I mean, I've said it from the start, and I'm more convinced every day this is about the running game. And you're going to hope to have a very successful running game to set up the passing game. And again, I'm not talking about 2,000 yards, Saquon Barkley, but I am talking about 1,600 yards, Saquon Barkley. I'm talking about second and manageable, third and short, and that alone. And now the echo's gone, just like that. And that alone will make the passing game better. But what AJ and Devontae, and now you just have Devontae, could do in the past is bail you out. They don't have, and now it's back. Echo. They don't, the talent is not as good. It just isn't. And that's for the whole offense, but it's been going that way because guys are older and guys are 2 years older. So even the top tier players are descending a little bit. Hopefully, better health for Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson stems that for those two particular players. But if you're looking for ascending players on the offense, Tyler Steen, of the starters, and everybody else, you expect Devontae to maintain, Jordan to maintain in the prime of their careers. Maybe Devontae looks better because he's got more targets, but he's pretty good to begin with. True ascending players, I think on offense, it's Tyler Steen. That's it.
Well, we're going to see Johnny Mac what it looks like this year. I'm intrigued at this point. I'm intrigued by this offense, and they're putting a lot of stock here in Sean Mannion to try and fix this thing.
Now, and I'm not being
out on Mannion. You seem to be
No. I think he's a very smart guy. I think he's a nice man. I think it's nothing personal. It's just, and I say the same thing about the Commanders with David Blau. I go, now I don't cover the Commanders though, so And obviously Washington, because of what's going on with Daniel Snyder, and it's become a downtrodden organization. It's not what it once was. I don't think there's the same passion there, although they're more excited now that Josh Harris owns the team and yada, yada. I don't sense the same passion. In this town, after what the Eagles just went through, all I'm trying to say is this is a nutty choice. That's all. After what you just went through. And by the way, you verbalized it, essentially. We need experience. The goal was to get a former head coach with experience calling plays. That was the original goal.
Well, who okayed it then? Do you think Nick Sirianni had to get it okayed by Howie?
Yeah, sure. Anytime
Jeffrey?
You're talking about high level, when you're talking about head coach, quarterback.
No, did he have to get approval to hire Sean Mannion, do you think?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. When you're talking head coach, quarterback, coordinators, Jeffrey Lurie's always got to approve it.
Okay.
And that's pretty much every city. What major decisions, you can't just do it without alerting the owner. It's not the way it works, but so, obviously, but again, it's Nick's decision, the Nick's hire, and Nick's the one doing the political lobbying, saying, all right, we didn't get these guys, so let's restart this thing. And from that point, they like Sean the best, which it says a lot of good things about Sean Mannion, by the way. But again, for this team and this passion and this market, to have call-it periods to get the offensive coordinator up to speed with these expectations. Am I the only one who thinks that's kind of nutty?
No, I mean, I think it is. I guess I've gotten, I'm like, not over it, but it's happened a while ago, so I guess I'm more at peace with it now.
Well, I think that's, and then I call it normalized. We've all normalized
it,
right? To a certain degree. And every once in a while I go, why are we normalizing this? I had one of those moments when Vic said that yesterday. I'm like, you're talking about the call-it periods again. I'm like, you're trying to change a whole offense and you got to worry about making sure the offensive coordinator is changing the whole offense, can call plays? Why is this not nutty?
What about the rest of the staff? You think that's nutty too? Hiring 3 coaches that were
the assistants are, I think people make too much out of that. Everything's clearly defined. It's like a flow chart of the business. It's not like there's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, you hear too many cooks in the kitchen. Josh Grizzard is not chiming in like last year with the which I always chuckle about, the Scott Leffler stuff. Because somebody saw a similar play at Bowling Green when he was the head coach. Oh, Scott Leffler's taking over it doesn't work that way, guys. It doesn't.